Hey there. I recently got a case Trapperlock, and while it's new, I thought I would show it off. This won't be a full-blown review because there's a lot of them already out there on YouTube. This is a rather new model for case. When I say new, just like in the last, several years. But it's been a very popular model. And now that I have one, I can see why. It really works well. What they've done is they've taken their traditional trapper, which is one of their larger knives, I guess, 4 1/8 inches closed. It's usually a two-blade configuration, a long, slender clip point blade, and a spay blade as the secondary blade opening on the same end. What they've done here is they've eliminated the spay blade for those of us who don't need to be out there on the ranch castrating animals, and they have replaced it with a liner lock. And then they have, of course, put a thumb stud on the main blade and a cutout in the bone handle and brass liner there so you can get to it. And it just works really well. They've done something to modify the pivot too. I'm sure put some bronze washers or something in there, but it opens very smoothly. It's very easy to open. The size is just right. I have a Boker copper liner that's about, I don't know, 3 5/8 inches long. It's about a ½ inch shorter. Just because of that ½ inch, it's so much harder to manipulate in your hand to get the blade open. This one gives you plenty to hold on to, and it just swings right open. When it locks out, it's no play side to side or up or down. It's got a very, I think, secure lockup. And it's very easy to disengage. So just buttery smooth. Just really easy to operate. And I got the one that is green. I think hunter green maybe is what they call it, with the sloped bolsters. I just like those sloped bolsters. I think they do something aesthetically for the knife. Give it a shorter appearance or swoopier or something, I don't know. I think they came out with these in 2012. You can still get them. I got this from Deadwood Knives, shipped to me for $83, so that's a good price on these. I think you can also get them from Knife Center as well. Let me just show you a little bit of the detail. That's the case bomb shield, case XX. The thumb stud's got a little detail on it too, which is very nice. It's a good touch. The dyed bone is very dark. It's like a black in the center, actually. Even out in the sunlight, it doesn't really light up or anything, but you can see toward the ends and on the edges, you get that vivid green. It's quite a nice pop, and it looks good against the brass liners and pins. Now, like all cases I've had, and this is the third one, so I don't have a huge experience with case knives, but this is the third one. It does have a fit and finish issue. It's very minor, I think, but it's something that probably shouldn't be there on an $83 discounted knife. I don't know what these really retail for. But let me see if I can show it to you. If you look at the edges of the bolster, they look like they're little dings in them. Here's one right here. If you look at that transition between the bolster, there you go, and the bone handle. See that divot right in there? There's a couple down here too. There's one. So I think I know what happened there. They jig these bone handles on a machine before they put them on the knife frame. And then they put the bolsters on, and they pin it together, and they put the bolsters on and everything. And then they run it on a polishing wheel, grinding wheel. I think they call those guys that do that hafters or that hafting. I'm not really sure. So what they do, that's when they get these transitions between the bolsters and the handles and the pins and everything smooth, very flush. And so the jigging doesn't come all the way up to the end usually. It kind of peters out, and you have smooth bone toward the ends like you see there and there. And I think on the regular models then, you have the bolsters coming down straight. And so you're not going to have the bolster edge right up against where there's some cutout jigging like you do here. So I think what happened here is as they worked that transition smooth, they started to work away at the edge of the bolster. Now you don't have in a way it's nice because you don't have a rough edge there. But it also does not make for a clean line, as you can see right there. And that your eye really, that catches your eye when you don't see a clean line like that on the bolster. So just a minor thing maybe, but something I noticed right away. I'm not sending it back because I'm happy enough with the rest of the knife. But case knives, like I said, every one of them I've had so far have had some kind of issue. Here's the second Trapperlock that I ordered. And it's got some flaws, but I'm happy enough with it. But one thing I didn't notice when I did the first review was look how off the tapering is on that bolster. This is how that should look. It should look fairly symmetrical. You can see how that rises up to the right there. I mean, this one's not great either. But so somebody didn't grind that out very well. So anyway, it doesn't affect the performance of the knife. It's just something aesthetically, but it is there. So, case knives are handmade, and, maybe in this world of computerization and CNC machining and lasers to fit everything together and CAD CAM design and everything, maybe we're just a little too picky, a little too unforgiving. I don't know. I think if you want perfection in a handmade knife, you're going to have to buy a custom knife probably and spend a whole lot more money than this. But anyway, that's just a look at my case Trapperlock in green bone with slope bolsters. Thanks for watching.